So there's a couple of reasons why you want to standardize your content brief process. The first one, and the most obvious one, is simply to get everybody on the same page. If you're in an agency setting, that means the same briefs going out to different clients, even if they're produced by different strategists, and that those strategists are all checking the same inputs that need to go into every content brief that your team produces. But even if you're in an in-house setting, you've got different briefs going out to different writers and things, you want those to all be consistent because it just makes it that much easier to produce them quickly. But there's a couple of other reasons. The biggest one that comes to mind is if you think about the natural brief process that most people start with, they just give the writer a keyword, maybe a title. And if the writer is lucky, maybe the writer actually gets a full paragraph about the stuff that should go into that content brief. When you actually build a template and encourage your strategist to include a little bit of information in each section of that brief template, what you're doing is making sure that they give the writer everything the writer needs to be successful when producing that piece of content. And sometimes it's okay to skip a section or say, this isn't going to be relevant to this topic. But a writer that receives a title and a paragraph about a piece of content can go in 100 different directions with it, versus a writer that receives a title and a paragraph description and a sample outline and a guidance on questions they should answer and an explanation of who the audience is and what the brand's take on that topic is. When a writer receives all that information consistently, one, you're going to get a lot better results and save yourself a lot of editing time on what you get back from that writer because it's going to match what you were hoping to get in the first place. And two, you're probably going to keep that writer around longer because they're going to enjoy writing for you more than the client that's sending them a title and a paragraph and just letting them sink or swim, because they're probably doing a lot more revisions for that client than you with a good brief that you're bringing to the table.